This is Lieutenant General Richardson arriving to see us off. This was the 98th Division, who were going to be in the occupation of Japan. And he is boarding now. He was the commander of the Central Pacific Base. He's greeted by the officers of the USS Berlin, which was the ship which was going to carry us to Japan, one of the ships. And these are the various officers. This is General Harper, I think. He was the divisional commander. General Richardson was here to see us off. I remember quite vividly taking some of these pictures, and these are the only films that I have seen that I had shot during the Second World War. Of the many thousands of feet of film that I shot, this is the only footage that I have that I took. The rest of the footage was taken of the British Army as they retook Burma, and I would imagine that those reside in the archives of the British Army somewhere. And this is the general still greeting the men and officers of the 98th Division as we are about to take off. That is a picture of General Harper with General Richardson. General Harper on the left. He was the divisional commander. Shaking hands, saying goodbye. Some of the men leaving the ship now to get back into his car. And drive away. I wonder if that car was a Buick. I'm not sure. This is slates that we used to identify each 100 feet of film. The camera that we used was an IMO, handheld IMO camera made by Bell and Howell. And at the beginning of every spool of film that we shot, we had to shoot that slate which showed the location, date, and name of photographer. The only way they had of recognizing who and where these pictures had been taken. Now this is, we had arrived in Japan and we're taking off. Yeah, we're disembarking and unloading all the equipment. This happens to be a Jeep now. It was quite a project. This is loaded onto a landing craft. That's what we went in on. All the troops went in landing craft. We were prepared for anything that might happen. We never knew, we didn't know how the Japanese were going to receive us, because just weeks before that we had been fighting. And and they were ferocious fighters and enemies, and we just didn't know how they were going to accept us. But as it turned out, they welcomed us and treated us very, very well. some of the boats being unloaded, trucks and all the heavy equipment. Of course, we brought in a lot of stuff to sustain the thousands and thousands of troops who were going to occupy the country. And as it turned out, we were there for a number of years. I think we're still there. We still have troops there. Yeah, see, the terrain was, it was quite muddy. And it had rained for quite a period. This happened to be a nice day, but the day before when we arrived, it was raining. And it had been raining, I understand, for quite a while. So there was a lot of mud. Quite a project to unload all of this equipment. Yeah, I received these pictures from a fellow by the name of Jack Greene, who was the son of a 98th Division member who is now deceased. He had seen my name on a website which shows a lot of my Japanese pictures. And he sent me these films, which are the only ones that I have that I shot during the Second World War. Yeah, I'm seeing all this stuff for the first time, but I do remember vaguely taking them. You will notice that in making this film, anytime we shot any film, we always use the rule of long shot, medium shot, close-up, and reestablishing shot. This is to have some continuity to the film so that you could follow it intelligently without having to be told verbally what was going on. We were trained to visually show everything and tell the story visually. I must have been on one of the landing crafts when I took these, because you can see the wavy, the pictures kind of wave back and forth, up and down. I know the troops went in like an invasion at the beginning. We just had no idea what to expect from the Japanese. Yeah, these are some kids that were, as kids will be, very curious, wondering what was going on, and the American soldier was always good to little kids, giving them chocolate, candy. And I was in, I think, 17 different countries when I was overseas, and I never saw a kid that wasn't cute and likable. All kids all over the world. It's only later on that some of us become intolerable.